Well, hello world, welcome to Raccoon Point Studios. I'm Sean Bombs, and today we are going to take a look at the bad decisions I've made in life. Just kidding. Today we're going to take a look at the Bad Machine by Life is Unfair. This is a fuzz/boost pedal, and it was made in collaboration with a member of Boston Manor, Mike Cuniff. I hope I said that right. And I checked out one of their tunes, and it's really, really good. So go check them out if you get a second. Life is Unfair was kind enough to send this out to me. They do not get any kind of say-so in what I say or how I play with this thing. You're hearing it, so it's not like I can do anything to sway you one way or the other. But I will say this, right off the bat, this pedal is built like a tank. Like, this is ridiculously high quality stuff. Like, I'm into pro audio, so I have gear here that you can tell the switches and the knobs are just really high quality. And, you get guitar pedals a lot that don't have that. Like, the knobs just turn really easily. You never know where you're at. This thing, just check this out. Check this out. Like, seriously, that's a high quality knob. Okay, the switch, the detents. So you're not going to accidentally knock that out in a live gig. And then these knobs, your level, bass, treble, gain, and boost, have a very, very, very nice resistance to them. So no expenses were spared, I guess, on the parts. As far as knobs and switches, all of them are just solid. And then on top of that, soft switches, and I love that. There's nothing worse, especially with delay pedals, than having tap tempo where it's a hard switch and you can hear the click. Not that you have to worry about it with this, but even then, sometimes with those harder switches, when you're playing live and you're just grimy and you're in it, you hit it and it doesn't quite hit sometimes because some of them are just really tough. What makes this pedal really unique, though, is that it has 5 different modes. And I have stuff up here so you can read it. Let me just do this here. Boom. So you can read over the controls, and I put them over some of the stuff that I was playing in the intro track. I use number 2 and number 3, and then for the solo, I use number 4. I'm going to go through some sounds real quick just to show you some of the stuff it can do. And right now I have it started at the 1. And with 1, I didn't mention, was signal is routed through the input gain stage and EQ, bypassing the clipping and filter section to operate as a boost/overdrive. So let's start with the clean. I have a DePinto with noiseless humbucker pickups, and I'm playing into a Marshall JVM H into a Universal Audio aux. So here's my clean sound. And I'm just going to leave everything at noon so we can go through the different switches so you can hear the differences before I mess around with anything else. So here's just the boost. And this is fuzz, but it's not fuzz. It's just the input stage, and you can hear it dropped. So I can level up now. Now you can reverse the boost, and that was the boost first into the fuzz, and now it's reversed. And I just like the boost in that way because it just seems to smooth things out for some reason. I don't know what it does. This is like a little mid-range pillow push going on there. All right, so I'm leaving everything where it's at. I'm going to put this back in the other position, the reverse, the boost, and we're just going to go for the first sound, which is the fuzz that has more mid-range in it. Scooped mid. Number 4 is a combination of 2 and 3. Now, number 5 does something with the high end, and it really gives it a kind of a laser beamish type of thing. Probably will be good for like out of this world solos and stuff like that, but let's try it out. You hear what I'm saying? It's very metallic. It says it in the literature that it's like that, but you know, it's a very, you're going to use that in sparingly, I'm sure. You know what I mean? Because if it's too much, or it can be too much. But the cool thing is you have these EQs are incredibly powerful. So you have 20 dB both ways. So in the center, it's going to be unity, and then to the left, you're going to have less bass and treble, and then to the right, you're going to have more. So I'm going to go back to number 4 since it's a combination of the two, and that way we can just kind of mess about that way, and we can see what these other switches do because they change the EQ response. All right, so right now I have them both up, so it's the shelf and a 105 bump in the low end when I mess around with this. All right, so here we go. Same riff, and then I'm gonna EQ some stuff. it even came with this pick, and I like these picks, whatever this brand, Dunlop, nylon, yeah, Dunlops with the grips, and they have grips on them, so this is a match made in heaven. This thing is so versatile. It reminds me of a combination of a bunch of fuzzes in one, so it's kind of like ampish fuzz, Smashing Pumpkins kind of fuzz a little bit. And then it also, in the scooped mid position, it reminds me of a Black Russian Big Muff. And I know that one very well because I've had it on my board for a long, long time. It has that kind of thing, but then it has the little octave stuff in there. So it's very subtle, but, it's there, and I think that's what makes it so edgy. You have this, like in that intro song, everything just sounded like the heaviest fuzz ever to me, especially with those combined stereo guitars. It's almost like borderline distortion. And also, I have this on. These are noiseless pickups, but I mean, I guess there's some kind of gatey thing happening here, but it's not Velcro. So it's very solid. So let's mess around. While I have it like this, I'm just gonna mess around with this low end so you can hear the difference. And then you have this peak, and it's a dual peak, so you're gonna get a lot more in the honk area of the mid-range, the very center, okay? So let's check that out. All right, so now I'm gonna put this back to center and stay with the number 4, but I'm going to reverse the boost. I'm gonna play one more time. This riff you all know now. Billy Corgan is probably going to sue me. And then I'm gonna reverse the boost, okay? So you can hear how that pillows things and kind of takes a little edge off, but makes things louder at the same time. So I like number 4 with the boost after it. It's just more my tone. I like more mid-range in my stuff, especially because I know it's going to cut through live. I'm going to try one more thing before I let you all go. And this is going to be starving the circuit using my volume knob. I'm going to just leave it where it was right now. Okay, here's what it sounds like full blast. And then here's what it sounds like with the volume knob back. Can you tell I was a teenager in the 90s? Can you tell? So yeah, I think this pedal's great. It's up for pre-order right now. And like I said, it's 230 pounds. I don't know what the, I don't know what the US dollars is. I'll put it in the description or whatever. But anyway, if you want a fuzz that borderlines on distortion and can be heavy and cleans up and doesn't feed back, and all that stuff, then this pedal's great, dude, and like just all the little controls. It's a lot here, but it's not too much, Some pedals have so much stuff, it's overwhelming. I feel like, 95% of people that buy this will probably pick one of these and that'll be their sound. They'll figure it out. This is what I like, and that's where they'll leave it. You know what I mean? But you have so many shaping abilities. And again, it sounds amazing on bass. And I used it on the vocals too. So I forgot to mention that. I used it on the vocals, on not the fuzz, but on the input clipping stage, just to see what I could do, But yeah, that's all I got for this. If you liked it, like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell to stay notified, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.